Welcome back to Rob Schmidt tonight. Another ridiculous January 6th narrative has collapsed. Don't expect you're going to hear about it in any of these little meetings that they seem to televise every other day now. Republican Congressman from Georgia, Barry Loudermilk, has been cleared of any wrongdoing after an investigation by Capitol Hill police revealed that he did nothing illegal when he met up with a group of his own constituents. Just happened to be the day before last year's Capitol riot. Capitol Police Chief Tom Manger wrote in a letter to the House Administration Committee, quote, "We train our officers on being alert for people conducting surveillance or reconnaissance, and we do not consider any of the activities we observed from Loudermilk as suspicious." So one of the many conspiracy theories about January 6th, invented by Democrats, was that Republican congressmen gave tours to the so-called insurrectionists. Remember, because this was all so perfectly coordinated and planned out, and it was all fully intentional, and they've been mapping this for months and months, even though they, all forgot to bring weapons to try and take over the country. So Congressman Loudermilk joins us tonight to talk more about this. And sir, thank you for coming on. I'm sure it's been an interesting couple days for you. Just give me your mindset. You're going through this, and you're thinking, okay, on January 5th, I had some people come. They wanted to see the Capitol, whatever it is. I'm sure it happens all the time. And now all of a sudden, I've been accused all over the media of basically letting the insurrectionists in the day before so they could map out exactly how they were going to take over the United States of America.
Yeah, it was absolutely ridiculous. First, the accusation was made around the 15th or 16th of January that reconnaissance tours by Republicans were given of the Capitol. Well, we knew that was totally false because there were no tours allowed in the Capitol that day because of COVID restrictions. No one went in the Capitol. And as a member of the House Administration Committee that has oversight over Capitol Hill security, we immediately started looking into the allegations, and the staff looked through thousands of hours of video evidence that there were no large tour groups in the Capitol on January the 5th. Now, I did have a family with a couple of young children and some guests from Georgia that came up here for the rally, wanted to meet with their congressman. So I invited them to come to the office. They came to my office. Afterwards, we took them to lunch in the cafeteria in the House office buildings, not in the Capitol. Then we took them to the House gift store where they bought a couple of souvenirs. They never got anywhere near the Capitol. They stayed in the House office buildings, which is totally separate from the Capitol, until they left that afternoon. In fact, no one in this group was even at the Capitol on January 6th. So this entire thing, this entire scenario was a narrative that was made up by the January 6th committee, and there was absolutely zero truth to it whatsoever.
Do you mean that Jamie Raskin and Adam Schiff may have been less than honest with the American people? Is that what you're alleging? Because that is shocking.
Well, somebody made up something that isn't true and then claimed to have evidence that this happened. And the way the committee is working is they're making allegations and then they're telling you have to prove your innocence, knowing that that's an impossible task because there is never evidence of something that never happened. So we just went to the Capitol Police and said, you won't release the video evidence, which I understand. There's so many thousands of hours of camera footage in the House in the Capitol that it would be almost impossible to release. I said, well, then you guys look at it. This is the time frame the family was in the office buildings, and they released a statement saying there was no one in the Capitol. Loudermilk never went to the Capitol, and there was nothing suspicious about his constituents coming to the office buildings.
I'm just glad that AOC is okay. I know she still has PTSD from that day, even though she was a mile away. But I'm just glad she's okay. I know how hard it was for her. Congressman Loudermilk, thank you so much for the time. I'm sure it's nice to be finally cleared publicly. Good to see you, sir.
Well, it is. Thank you.
All right. Well, today, if you didn't know, is Flag Day, as well as Trump's birthday. It's also Flag Day